This is the two triangle inequalities tutorial. When dealing with inequalities in two triangles, there's one really important theorem that you should know about, and that's the Hinge Theorem. The Hinge Theorem states that if any two sides of one triangle are congruent to any two sides of another triangle, and the third side of the first triangle is larger than the third side of the second, then the angle that is included of the first triangle must be larger than the angle that is included of the second triangle. Let me illustrate that with these two triangles, triangle QRS and triangle TUV. You can see that side QR is congruent to side TU, and side RS is congruent to side UV. So I'm going to label this triangle on the left triangle 1, and the triangle on the right triangle 2. Now, the included angle for triangle 1 is angle R because it's included between those two congruent sides. And the included angle for triangle 2 is angle U, included between its two congruent sides. Also note that in triangle 1, segment QS, which is opposite the included angle, is going to be larger than the opposite side from our included angle in triangle 2, side TV, which is 10. According to the Hinge theorem, because side QS is larger than side TV, angle R must be larger than angle U. So let's write that down at the bottom. Angle R is greater than angle U. I'll just throw in some arrows for us. Angle R, and this will be angle U. Now that you can see the Hinge theorem, we also want to talk about the converse of the Hinge theorem. The converse of the Hinge theorem states that if any two triangle sides are congruent to any two sides of another triangle, and the angle that is included of the first is larger than the angle that is included of the second, then the third side of the first triangle must be longer than the third side of the second triangle. So this is kind of the opposite of what we were just looking at. Let's bring those two triangles back, triangle QRS and triangle TUV. And again, we'll make triangle QRS our triangle 1 and triangle TUV our triangle 2. Also, QR is congruent again to TU, and segment RS is congruent to segment UV. Now what they're saying here is that if you knew angle R was larger than angle U, you would know that segment QS is larger than segment TV. So if I told you that angle R was 98 degrees and angle U was 89 degrees, you could look at that statement and say, okay, angle R is greater than U, so the side directly across from that is going to be larger than the side directly opposite angle U of this triangle, which would be smaller. To write that as an inequality, we would say that segment QS is going to be greater than segment VT. That is the converse of the Hinge theorem.